So this right here is a 1983 Mercedes-Benz 300 SD turbo diesel. It has the 3-liter 5-cylinder turbo diesel engine. The engine's not, or the car is not particularly fast. So the last time this vehicle was actually daily driven was about 6 to 8 years ago. So the vehicle had a lot of issues due to just sitting for that long. So this vehicle is not an absolute powerhouse. I mean, this is not a vehicle you'll take to go try to complete the Indy 500 or whatever, but it is a really nice car to have. They're really heavy, but so it is a 5-liter or a 3-liter 5-cylinder engine. It's an inline 5. I do have the pipe off here. The vehicle ran actually quite well for how long it's been sitting and how old it is and whatnot. I had put some fuel, fresh fuel in there, and it ran right, but the vehicle, the fuel gauge on it it's not working, and so when I was driving it, the fuel shut off. So I was like, okay, now it needs fuel. But I tried to get it to prime, but it's not priming right. I got 5 gallons right now in the tank, but nothing's coming through. I did have to put an electric fuel pump. They're going to put an electric fuel pump on the unit, just due to the fact that the manual fuel pump kept clogging up. The amount of rust in this engine or in the fuel tank is good bit. There's a good bit of algae. I had to replace those smaller plastic fuel filters quite often. The vehicle, for the most part, is pretty old school, but it is fuel injected, which for 83s sounds like crazy. It's like, whoa, futuristic. But at the same time, it's a diesel motor, and you can't really make a carbureted diesel engine. So the interior on this car is pretty dated, but at the same time, it's still pretty nice for the age and how many miles it has, which you'd be surprised how much miles this thing has. Like I said, it has been sitting. So the wood over here and stuff is a little bit peely, and the seats obviously are a little chewed up. But I mean, have you seen the seats on the Accord for a car that has like has as many miles? So it's 390,925 miles read here. The odometer does not work. A lot of people say there's plastic gears inside of it, which might be the case because it is a common thing. So it has way more miles than that. That's just from when it last spun over. There's a gauge clutch in general. It is a diesel, so there's a glow plug. So you got your little glow plug light right there. Looks like an owl. Let you know when your cylinder's all warmed up. You got no airbag because we don't really need that. Center controls, you got air conditioning, you got heat, you got a radio. Everything here is in Celsius, and I guess metric. Like your coolant temperature is in Celsius. Alright, and then like your air conditioning, it's 18 degrees Celsius, 22 and 26. You got automatic fans. You got this really cool radio, but no door speakers. Has a automatic transmission. This is actually the 4-speed automatic transmission they used in a bunch of General Motors cars at the time. Power windows that are powered, and they actually still do work, all 4 of them. You got the little joystick here to control the right mirror, but the left one is still manual. You got your headlight switch right there. Your wiper stalk, also your turn signal. You even got a clock in here. Your RPM or your tachometer reads every 100 instead of every 1,000. But for the most part, it's a nice car. There's the fuel filters that I have because I kept clogging them up. Here's a back seat. Back seats look really nice. The thing in the middle is falling. Headliner is sagging just a little bit. Not too bad. Not too bad. Could have been worse. Could be a lot worse. Here's a cool feature. So you got your little, obviously your visors, right? Because when you're driving, you need to get the sun on your eyes. But now they even make a tiny visor that covers that space right above your mirror. Or there's a touch of class from yours truly, Mercedes-Benz. Which I thought was neat. It does have a sunroof. I did not know the sunroof works. However, I kind of haven't really been wanting to try it. I've been kind of scared that it won't work. So it's just sitting there for now. Because sunroofs do like to leak. Power seats on that side as well. This vehicle did have the sheepskin seat covers. I actually still have them in the trunk. I took them out because they kept making my skin all like rashy and stuff and straight up nasty. But Yeah, your little Mercedes logo. Back when this car was new, this was like the highest trim level of Mercedes diesels you can get. Like, you can get the 240, which was pretty basic. Like, that was a manual, no turbo. This one you got the turbo and whatnot. It's not a big turbo, but it's there. Can't even hear it, but it's there. But really, really nice car. Really solid too. You get the rust of the fuel tank. There is a dome light in here. I don't know what that is. I don't know a lot of things in this car is. But there's a bunch of forums on Reddit and stuff for these kind of cars. So doors that sound like bank vault doors. Nice and solid. 300 ST, Mercedes Benz turbo diesel. Now my plans for this vehicle is not to make it a race car. It's not to do anything crazy with it. It's just to make it a kind of like a relic, trying to bring it back to how it was from the factory. Might from visually, I know putting an electric fuel pump in there wasn't not helpful, but just trying to bring it back. I don't want to do anything crazy to it. Maybe I want to, or in the future, I want to put it on airbags. I think that would be cool. Give it also like a smoother ride and whatnot. For sure, I want to straight pipe it and put in a better flowing intake on it. Not really a cold air intake, but a better flowing intake. To get more flow in there so you can really hear the turbo. Make it basically try to sound like a tractor. Wow, we have like a tractor motor in it. But really, really nice car. Really do like it a lot. I wanted this car for such a long time. So just to show you how much rust is in the tank, here's where the fuel doors, pop it open. Got a metal fuel cap in there. Got your tire pressure label. You turn the cap open, and at first it was kind of hard when I put it in there. So full of rust. So full of rust. So we're going to do a video for sure about that. If we do another video in the future, it'd most likely be for that. There's a little place to put your fuel cap when you're getting fuel. I learned the fuel tank though is not underneath the vehicle. I was trying to look underneath it to find it. I couldn't find it. But it's because it's behind the back seats but in front of the trunk. So here's the back seat. Back seats are there. The fuel tank is right where these two first aid kit things are, and from about here and back is the trunk. Pretty good sized trunk. So it's going to be a very big project ahead of me here. There's a lot of things that really need to get done with the vehicle. The vehicle honestly been sitting and maybe not in the best of conditions, but it is mine. So I feel very excited about that because, like I said, it's a car I wanted for a while. If you guys have any like questions, comments, concerns about anything, please let me know for sure. Well, I'm going to be needing a lot of help with this project. There's not really a lot of information I found out there about this car. There's a lot of forums like Reddit and whatnot and Facebook. That if you guys want to stick with me throughout this project, it's going to be a new series. You're going to start seeing less videos on the Accord.